Guys, I'm here today with Dark Knight Returns number 3, issue number 1. So, the issue pretty much starts off with a close-up of Batman's suit and one of his most famous quotes in this story, a good death, there's no such thing. But also, if you can notice, one constant throughout this issue is the text bubbles here. So, as you know, Frank Miller is really big on social commentary in his comics and a lot of his other projects, so in here, his big social commentary is we're in the age of social media, so you can see a lot of text, speeches, and a lot of misspelled words, and a lot of emojis, so there's that. After this, we do have a scene of cops in a standoff with a young African-American male, and of course, another little part of Frank Miller's social commentary on what's kind of been happening. And if you haven't watched the news, then yeah, it's been a problem lately. But after this, the brutality that's going on there kind of gets turned around on them as Batman jumps in out of nowhere and just starts beating the hell out of these cops. I mean, like, it's kind of over-exaggerated, honestly. Like, it's just really brutal. I mean, these guys will probably be in wheelchairs for a couple of months. But yeah, anyways, after this, we kind of go to Amazon with Wonder Woman and her baby John on her back as she is fighting a Minotaur. So, yeah, it's a quick little scene. As you can see, Wonder Woman can take her baby anywhere on a whole bunch of adventures. But speaking of babies, well, she's not so much a baby, but you get the point. You get Wonder Woman's other daughter, Laura, which, if you remember, is the secret kid of Superman and Wonder Woman. And they kind of want to keep her secret because she isn't the best of people. She does hate the human race. She has a really poor opinion of humanity. So, pretty much her whole life, she's wanted to rule humans. But in this scene, you see her in Superman's Fortress of Solitude in front of the city of Kandor, and it pretty much is like a smoke signal that says help us, and that kind of continues on later in the issue. But the next thing we have is the Dark Knight himself running away from the cops in a high-speed pursuit. So much like Dark Knight Rises, they're kind of like, well, where does this guy get off, you know, just disappearing for years on end and then coming back out of nowhere, just kind of wreaking havoc and destroying the city? I mean, it just isn't right. Eventually, they do catch up to the Dark Knight, and in a real credit to the artist here, it's a real bloody scene. The cops grab their batons and just brutally beat up the Dark Knight himself. It's real bloody, real brutal, real violent. It's a good scene, though. I'll give him that. But of course, Batman, being Batman, turns it on the cops and ends up beating them to like a bloody pulp. But it doesn't last long. Commissioner Yende and backup shows up, and they end up detaining the Dark Knight, put him in handcuffs, throw him on the ground, and the big twist, they unmask him, and it's not actually a him. It is actually Carrie Kelly. And Commissioner Yende, of course, is confused, so she's like, where is Bruce Wayne? And she pretty much says, Bruce Wayne is dead. So, that's pretty much where the issue ends. Aside from the side story, which is with Adam and Wonder Woman's daughter, Laura, he kind of shows up. He's kind of been disbanded from the Justice League for some reasons. And she asked for his help to help the city of Kandor, these bottled city of Kandor people, get big again, because they're tired of being in this small bottle their whole lives. They want to see the world, or, you know, they're probably going to try and wreak havoc on the city. So I'm really interested to see where that goes. Overall, I mean, it was a decent issue. Reading Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and Part 2, it's definitely the weaker of the three. It's by no means exactly game-changing as those two other books were, but it was good. It's not that big of it's not that impactful, I guess is the right word, but it's not bad. I'm not dragging on the book. It's definitely an entertaining read. If you like Part 1 and Part 2, I definitely do recommend picking this up. And if you just want to catch up on something Batman, I guess I recommend picking this up too. It's pretty decent. One thing I did notice, it's definitely an Azzarello project. You could tell Miller had his hand in it, but he's kind of being supervised by Azzarello to make sure he doesn't go off the deep end like he's been known to do. So I mean, it's a pretty good thing. But I'm pretty sure it'll get more millered up as we go on. I mean, what can you expect from a title called The Master Race? So, yeah, it's a pretty good book overall. With the art and the story, I think I'd give this book a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, if you enjoyed listening to this, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe.